live from the Keon Sports Media Network studios. Welcome in, guys, to
Yay.
By the Playbook. I'm Brandon Soder. With me, Patrick Walls, Michael Turnovan, and the regular season of the NFL has officially wrapped up. Exciting time of year for those lucky enough with playoff teams, and an exciting time of year for those of us that have had to watch the Browns for 17 weeks. Guys, how we doing?
Great. Browns are on a 2-game win streak.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
Both
true.
division rivals, and now our suffering's over. So,
Look, Ohio State
Now we
ended
can
their
just-
season losing 2 games in a row. Browns ended winning 2 games in a row. So, who had the better year? Saying. Key to happiness
no one
is low
had that on their
expectations.
2026 bingo card.
Sure didn't.
Absolutely didn't.
So let's get right into it. We're going to cover, obviously, playoffs starting up next week. We'll go through those matchups, go through all the coaching firings. But first, we got to talk about the Browns because it's the last time we're going to have a game to talk about the Browns for this season of By the Playbook. And as we foreshadowed, Browns go out on a win. They beat the Bengals 18-20 in Cincinnati. And Austin Schmidt walk-off field goal kind of came full circle for him after, I say Austin? It's Andre,
Yes,
isn't it?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, weren't
Andre
we calling
Schmidt.
for his head after like week 3.
I think it was week 1, wasn't it?
It was something bad.
It was early. I believe it might have been week 1. He missed. I think we had a chance to beat the Bengals and missed a field goal or missed 2 field goals in that game. Either way, hits a game winner. Decided to stick with him. And then, bigger story from this, Myles Garrett. Congratulations. You took us all the way to, was it the 4th quarter of the last game, but you did it.
Yeah, with like 2.5 minutes left.
Yes.
So stressful.
Got-
stressful.
Got his final sack. He is the sack king now. Let's get ahead of the argument. Obviously, it took him to 17 games. Mike, you were the first one to say it, that we were really hoping that he would do it in 16 so he wouldn't have the argument from Strahan or whatever. He's already running his mouth. Myles Garrett did it in 437 defensive snaps to capture the record. TJ Watt, when he tied Strahan, did it in 616 snaps. So almost 200 more. And Michael Strahan, when he set the record initially that we're talking about, did it in 567.
Yep.
Wow.
So keep in mind, too, that the Browns were not ahead in a lot of games. So teams weren't really airing out the ball against them for the most part. Didn't have nearly as many opportunities as either of those guys. So congratulations to Myles. Very well deserved. It's a great moment to see him be able to celebrate, though the Bengals didn't really seem to agree. Zach Taylor and I believe Jamar Chase going full bitch mode after the game.
Yeah, there were a bunch of crybabies for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was the quote? We're fighting for our lives out there. For fucking what?
Dude,
Yeah,
Jamar,
I say, you're not making the playoffs.
Jamar, if you catch 2,000 yards, we're going to stop the game and celebrate.
Yeah. Like, go fuck yourself.
That was so ridiculous.
And the fact that it was
Also-
a combined team, like, if it was like one player being frustrated and spouting off about it, fine. But the fact that it seemed to be like the unified message, it's like, come on. You guys lost.
Yeah.
Deal with it.
Let the man have his moment. We have nothing else to root for right now.
Right.
Dude, even Bengals fans at the stadium were clapping. So shut up.
Yeah. The whole stadium stopped. It was like, this is awesome.
They're just mad because their premier pass rusher doesn't want to play there anymore.
That's true.
So,
Yeah.
what are you going to do?
And
Other-
we got to mention the quote-unquote dive by Joe Burrow.
Okay.
Like, yeah, he might have gone down a little bit easier, but look at the replay. If that man had taken another step forward, he was getting lit the fuck up.
That was not a charity dive.
No,
That was a
that was
business
oh God.
decision.
Yeah.
Because,
That
like you
wasn't,
said, it
I'm
would.
tired, I need to sit out this play, or my eye hurts.
Yeah, if he would have stood up, he was going down. He was getting mauled by Myles Garrett. It did not matter what the situation was. Like, Myles earned that sack, whether or not he hit him. I want to say his get-off time was, like, less than a
It was
quarter
the
of a second.
fastest in the season.
Yeah.
It's the
Dude, his
fastest
poor
of his
girlfriend.
career.
It was, I believe, like 2 ticks slower than Usain Bolt when he broke the 100-meter dash record. So, again, poke holes in whatever argument you want here.
Yes, this isn't Brett Favre legitimately laying down, waiting for Strahan to come and touch him.
But you're not going to see Strahan bring that. Got to cling on to whatever little bit of relevancy he has. I think
Just
he's
Good Morning America. No big deal.
Is he actually still on Good Morning America?
Yeah.
I haven't watched that since ever.
I don't think I ever watched it. I'm straight.
The time it took for Myles Garrett to
Good for
get
you.
off the line was quicker than the time it takes for Michael Strahan to lick one of his front teeth and then lick the other.
Yeah, that's a lot. That's a distance right there.
That's a big gap.
Anyway,
I put the pinky between those things.
I say he can't even get it with his getting both of them with just my tongue right in the way. His tongue goes right up the middle. It
you guys
doesn't
keep
touch
making
either
fun.
side.
He will never get a popcorn kernel stuck in it.
I like to think he's used as
No,
like
he
a
gets the whole
piggy bank,
goddamn
like you
piece
can
of popcorn stuck in there.
Just insert
the
coins
bowl.
in there. Just slot coins in that little gap there, like
Yeah,
little.
he'd be a
quarters.
perfect slot. The fact that there's not a Michael Strahan slot machine
Oh,
is
this has to
criminal.
exist somewhere, right?
Crazy, missed opportunity.
If it doesn't, AI can help us out.
I'm also looking for it right now.
I don't know what Allen Iverson has anything to do with this.
Let's see.
It's fine, guys.
Nothing
My
off
joke
the
was
tip.
just too good for you.
No,
What about
not even going to
practice?
pretend like I heard it. You say AI would be able to tell us? At least the answer.
Yeah,
All right.
I say I'm not seeing anything.
We'll work on it. We'll get the intern to make a Michael Strahan slot machine picture. But other notes from this game: Shedeur Sanders, really the offense in general looked like shit for the majority of this game. Still managed to win 2 defensive touchdowns, obviously going to help. But not really much else to say. Shedeur did enough on that last drive to get them into field goal range. Give him some credit for that. Overall, not going to help his stats and not the game if you are a Shedeur fan that you wanted him to go out on, because get ready for an entire offseason of discourse around what we're going to do at quarterback, where I feel like he was good enough to where if you like him, you're going to keep putting your weight behind him, but not quite good enough to be a no-doubter.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that helps us is, I think you mentioned us picking 6th. I'm pretty sure we had the 7th pick.
Per
No,
Tankathon, we were 6.
Is it the 6th? I thought it was the
We have
7th.
6. We have 6.
All right, yeah. So
I'm not giving you your joke.
That was not going for
Wow.
a joke at all. I truly was not.
6-7 farm.
I honestly thought that we had the 7th overall pick.
We do not. So we're picking 6th. And what I'm assuming you're alluding to is the fact that unless we move up, probably not getting a quarterback there.
Yeah, I don't think Ty Simpson at 6, now that he's declared, is the call. And is Dante Moore officially declared or
He is
not
not
yet?
officially declared. Rumors are that's where he's leaning. If Moore does not declare for the draft, I think there's 0 chance that we pounce on a quarterback. I don't like the fact that Ty Simpson declared, because I feel like he's going to end up being a guy whose stock rises through, like the combine process and everything. And boy, I do not want the Browns to talk themselves into that, because he was being talked about as a top 10 pick for a lot of the season. He ended the season very poorly. But
especially in that game against Indiana.
yeah, that Indiana was not good. What was the Georgia game? He looked really bad. The week before that too. I don't think he really didn't play well once teams were able to get some actual pressure on him, and that's not something you can typically teach out of a quarterback. So, anyway, I'm completely team keep Shedeur at this point.
Yes.
I don't like this quarterback class enough. Even if we did have a higher pick, you could maybe talk me into Dante Moore. I don't love Fernando Mendoza enough as a prospect even to move up. If we're going to have to do it, let Shedeur fail for a year and then go grab a guy next year when this is going to be a lot more stock.
Yes, especially with us bringing in a new coach, build the team before you get the quarterback, because we do not have the offense to bring in a rookie quarterback and have them be a goddamn world beater.
And we have an awesome situation where we have a guy who's either going to be your bridge quarterback or he's going to develop into your full-time starter. And we get a year to figure that out. He has shown that he's not going to go out and shit the bed. He's good enough to go and win you games.
Yeah.
So let's see if he can do it for real. Give him a full year.
If his ceiling is Kirk Cousins, I'm cool with that.
That'd be a hilarious ceiling comparison for what could not be two more opposite human beings.
I'm just saying, like, in terms of his talent level for guiding a team and actually playing well, if that ceiling is Kirk Cousins, that's a steal of a pick in the 5th round.
He's going to be the Kirk Cousins of Cam Newton's. Can't wait.
You see Mike's, the wheels are turning. He's trying to figure it out.
I'm just hanging out.
You having fun over there? What do you think we should do at quarterback, Mike?
Let's go get Kyler Murray.
Oh, God. What?
Not really. No.
Okay.
I'd rather have Deshaun Watson play than Kyler Murray.
All right, let's calm down.
You guys said what we've been saying for weeks. Drafting a quarterback doesn't make any sense because we're not going to get any of the top guys. So what, the Raiders, Cardinals, and Jets picking before us in no particular order? All 3 of those teams need a quarterback. And then even if those 3 quarterbacks that you named get taken, like those 3 quarterbacks you named get taken, who's still there? Any quarterbacks worth mentioning?
Not in the first round, no. We're talking project guys. Yeah. Drew Aller,
Carson Beck.
Yeah, Beck.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what do? You draft another position. You likely draft a wide receiver or an offensive lineman because that's what everybody's been talking about for the past 7 months.
It's painfully obvious that's what we need.
Yeah.
Either one. And to pick best player available out of the 2, which in this draft I think is going to be wide receiver. Because I think on the high end. In Tankathon's current mock, they have us taking Jordan Tyson, but that's only because Carnell Tate went the pick before for the Giants.
Yeah. My only concern, it's not a concern. I just want him to succeed. If Caleb Downs is there, I really want Downs. I really want him
back. We're not going to take Downs.
But I know we shouldn't take him.
No, I know we shouldn't. Now, if Jim Schwartz ends up getting this head coaching job, which, spoiler alert, we'll get into that in a second, I could legitimately see that happening. But it would be a bad move. That is an eating your ice cream before your vegetables pick all day. Yep. We're just going to win with our defense. Fuck you.
Just the idea of Caleb being taken, people are crying out because of it.
Literally. Ollie can't stand it.
No, absolutely hates it.
But yeah, I'm cool with that. Or Spencer Fano, I think, is going to continue to kind of go up the draft charts. I'm fine with him there. I'd rather have him over Jordan Tyson, I think, but not by a lot.
I know who he is, but you could tell our one fan who that is and elaborate on that.
Wow. Spencer Fano is the offensive tackle for one of the 2 offensive tackles likely going in the first round from Utah.
There you go.
Primarily a left tackle, good chance that his arm length isn't super prototypical, so he could end up being like the best guard in the league. But someone that's probably going to get looks at tackle first. But he comes with risk.
Is he a T-Rex? Are his arms too short? Is that the issue?
Yeah, but like
by offensive lineman standards,
they're probably like 3/4 of an inch shorter than what is ideal, and they're like, oh no, he's not going to succeed.
They said the same thing about Rashawn Slater, and he's one of the best linemen in the NFL.
They say the same thing about everybody.
Yes.
You have a prototype that works, and then going outside of that prototype, it gets riskier the further you go from it. But
that was the hilarious argument with Joe Alt. People thought that Joe Alt wasn't the best offensive lineman in last year's draft because he was a mammoth of a human being. Like, what do you want? Do you want him to be fucking huge or not?
Yeah, you get what works. You know what works, so you want that. And if it's any different than that, it's a risk. It's like, well, to an extent, if you're drafting a 5-foot linebacker, when you draft a mammoth like Joe Alt, it's probably going to work out.
Yeah.
And so far, it has, when he can stay healthy.
So when he has a working knee underneath him.
Yeah. One other thing, like looking at this mock draft, and again, lots of things can change. Saints picking at 8. Crazy how much has changed for them in the last couple months with the rise of Tyler Shuck. They've got them taking Jeremiah Love at 8. When a lot of people thought they'd be looking at a quarterback. The only reason I support that is because it's the pick before Kansas City. They can't get it.
Jeremiah Love's the running back from Notre Dame, right?
Correct, yeah.
Why the hell would you take that pick when you have so many other holes and issues?
Everything's fixed.
Because they're trying to put playmakers around Tyler Shuck.
Lineman, take a corner.
Yeah, Spencer
Defensive
Fano
lineman.
goes the pick after that in this draft.
That's crazy, man.
Again, well, this is all hypothetical. A million things are going to change leading up to the draft, but Love's stock just continues to go up.
Yeah, I'm sure he's really good, but also it should go down. Look at Genty.
That's the comparisons he's getting, not like directly in play style, but like grade wise, he is coming out very similar to what Ashton Genty was last year. Who went, was it 6 to the Raiders?
6, yep.
To another team that had way too many holes.
That's what I'm trying to say here.
But ultimately,
Honestly,
Ashton Genty got them Fernando Mendoza.
I would say the Raiders had more holes last year than the Saints do this year, which is a crazy statement because up until week 9 or 10, they looked like just lost.
Yeah, again, Shuck made up for a lot of that. Those holes are still there, though. That offensive line is not good.
Yeah.
The passing game completely disintegrated when Olave went out.
Yep.
He had nobody to throw the ball to. Defensively, they kind of need people everywhere. Their good players are aging. So they're not in a great situation, but you got to at least feel good for hitting on Shuck and hopefully not having to worry about that position for a while now. I like what I've seen. Which I don't like because it's the NFC South. So Falcons are going to have to beat them.
Well, Falcons are fucked when John Harbaugh goes to be a Falcon. So, that NFC South is fucked when he decides to coach them.
Well, let's get into that. I meant to fix it. Thank you for somebody for correcting me on the run sheet. I was going to put next week the Browns have Cancun, but instead I still have they're playing the Bengals. So they'll play a pickup game on the beach.
Nice. Sounds like fun. Maybe Jerry Judy will catch a ball.
Finally, yeah. All right.
It's only the Nerf whistlers that he can catch.
They're just so soft on my hands.
Yeah.
So
delicate flower.
I was like, you should stop getting manicures right before the game. It's real dumb.
Dude, go get massages like an adult. Oh wait.
Yeah.
I heard there's a guy on the team that has all the spots. All right. So last piece of big Browns news, and this will kind of be our transition piece here. Kevin Stefanski, which we kind of thought could be the case,
Bye-bye.
was let go.
Bye-bye.
No longer the Browns coach. He won the Coach of the Year twice, won a playoff game with the Browns, took them to the playoffs 2 times, 2 playoff losses obviously as well. So he was one of the first Black Monday firings to come across. Just to kind of quickly recap everyone else, 2 in-season firings, Brian Callahan of the Titans, Brian Dable of the Giants. And then once the season
Bad
wrapped
day to be a
up,
Brian.
it was a really bad day to be a Brian. Falcons fired Raheem Morris, Kevin Stefanski for the Browns, Pete Carroll of the Raiders, Jonathan Gannon of the Cardinals, and the last one, I want to say that I told you so, but John Harbaugh of the Ravens, which still does not feel real.
To be fair, all 3 of us agreed whoever lost that game, the head coach would be fired.
That's
we
true.
all definitely
Could have been
agreed.
Tomlin.
We all said that.
We all thought it'd be Tomlin.
Yeah, we all thought the Steelers were going to lose, but yeah.
So let's start with the Browns, though. Like Kevin Stefanski, there's going to be a lot of discourse over this. It's a
Good riddance.
what have you done for me lately kind of league. People are going to hang on to the fact that he got us a playoff win. It was the only playoff win that I remember watching in my lifetime. I know we had another one in 2002.
No,
it just
we
went
made
to the playoffs. That's all. It was. Yeah.
We haven't had a playoff win prior to that since I think 93 or 94.
Yep. And people are going to hang on. Just like with Baker. Like, just because he got us to the playoffs, that means we owe him the fucking world. And the people that love him are going to continue to love him. But this offense has been dog shit pretty much the entire time he has been here. His input on the quarterback position has been nothing but trash, really, at this point. Yep. Even the Shador pick, which I don't think a lot of people are giving him credit for making, that still remains to be seen, but he had input on Deshaun Watson. He obviously had a hand in letting Baker go. And Dylan Gabriel, an obvious huge miss. I think we brought in 13 different quarterbacks. 13 different quarterbacks have started since Baker's left.
Yep.
Nothing has clicked. Ultimately, something had to change. He's going to find another job almost immediately. Good luck. But, your time was up here, man.
Before Harbaugh, he was probably the top of everyone's wish list.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't understand why. Outside of a 6-game stretch with Joe Flacco where we found lightning in a bottle, and then a solid team effort in 2020. Like I think he's had 3 seasons of 5 losses or more,
Oh yeah. Oh,
or no, of 5 wins or
yeah,
less.
I was gonna
Sorry,
say, yeah, his overall record was not great.
his overall record was, I want to say, no, that's 46 and 45. I think he had an over 500
45
record.
and 56.
56. Okay, so I had it flipped and missing one number. But yeah, like
Yes.
honestly, like
Two-time coach of the year.
yeah, because the first time he took the Browns to the playoffs for the first time since 2002. The second time was because they thought it was hit. Goddamn fucking cat. They gave him the credit for Joe Flacco carrying the team. It was never because Stefanski did a great job.
No, they got lucky with the 4th quarterback they were starting that.
Yeah,
I mean, Joe
and
Flacco.
the
If he
defense
knew
was
Joe Flacco was going to be a stud, he wouldn't have been on his couch halfway through that season.
no, and the defense was generationally good that year as well.
Yes.
When we were home.
No, that. No, yeah, you're
Isn't
right.
that the,
They
isn't
weren't.
that the year when we were home, we were really good? When we were away, we were one of the worst defenses in the league.
I thought that was the next year.
I thought that was the Flacco.
We had a dominant defense that year. We went to the playoffs with Flacco for sure.
Yeah,
but I
'cause
don't
went
think
to
we were
the
playing
playoffs
quite
and
as well.
We played the Texans and got
Yeah.
embarrassed.
Yeah,
by
we
the-
got embarrassed by the Texans in the
Yeah, that
playoffs.
was that
Yes.
year. It was that year.
But I'm pretty
'Cause
sure we beat the Texans
beat
in
off on us.
Houston earlier that year too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think that was Flacco's first game or second game, and then get to the playoffs, and we were all stoked because like, oh, we've done it before, and then they just laid a giant fucking goose egg.
Well, Flacco had a Flacco game, and he threw a couple
Because that was
picks.
the game. Wasn't that the game that Amari Cooper had like 270 yards or something crazy?
The game that we won.
Yeah, the game that we won. Yeah, against the
Fairly
Texans.
Yeah, he had a crazy game.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Mike.
No, Stefan, I don't know. I'm happy he's gone. I think he's going to do well somewhere else. Truly, just change the scenery. I really think he's that guy who needed that because we're a dysfunctional organization and we've got years of history. Realistically, I think to compare him to somebody, I think he's Mike Tomlin at best. Like Mike Tomlin does work for a good organization, pretty consistently hovers around 500. 11-6 is probably the best record. 9-8 is the worst record. That's what I see Stefanski as. Except he works for a bad organization in the Browns. If he goes to Baltimore, if he goes to the Falcons, if he goes to the Cardinals. The Cardinals fired the coach, right? Yeah.
Cardinals aren't a good organization.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're another shit show.
They're a shit show, but point being, what I'm getting around to is, I think he is going to have something similar, maybe a little bit better, except for the Cardinals, because Cardinals shit show. I don't think he's going to be much better anywhere else. I think he's one of the mid, lower than mid. So like we'll say 16 to 20 ranked coaches, like out of all 32 there. I'd put him mid to lower.
I think this next year is going to tell us a lot too, if we can keep Jim Schwartz. Because again, what is this? You get credit for hiring Jim Schwartz. Do not get me wrong.
Yeah.
But how much of this team's success was because of him versus Stefanski? Because Stefanski was an offensive-minded guy. That's what he was brought in for.
Yeah.
And the
And
offense has
offensive
struggled the
shit.
entire time he has been here. The defense
One
has
season of a top 15 team.
So what did you do here? Your specialty isn't working.
Well, Mike, he's got to watch the tape first. He's going to watch the
Yeah.
tape. We got to make some changes. We got to reflect.
We're focused on Cincinnati.
The Watson deal did fuck him over, regardless of if he wanted that or not. Yeah, that's going to set you back and it's going to make it difficult. You had a few years to try to recoup something from that, and you still looked bad every single year.
Yeah.
Well, goodbye, Stefanski. We'll get into the other coaches in a second, and maybe this will probably kind of lead into it a little bit. Do either of you have, I think we all have the same guy at the top of our wish list?
John Harbaugh.
Yep.
John Harbaugh, again, insane. The Ravens have been one of the most consistent organizations, even before he took over, but especially since he took over. I don't think he gets
They've
enough
been the
credit
most
for.
consistent organization since they were the Browns.
Yeah, honestly.
Fact.
Harbaugh's had a huge part in that. He managed to completely change his offense and stay competitive and relevant in a matter of
Yep.
2 years when Flacco went out and Lamar Jackson was brought in. Completely different style of quarterback. Was still making the playoffs consistently. All of a sudden this year, things didn't start all that well. There were, like, Lamar's injury and whatnot, but they were losing some weird close games. Rumblings were coming out that there was some dissension in the ranks between Harbaugh and Lamar. And finally, after it looked like the initial cycle might have been done, Harbaugh gets let go late on Black Friday.
Black
The
Monday.
only real report that I've seen is that the ownership really wanted him to move on from Todd Monken, and he refused to do so, which led into his firing. But overall, I mean, an insane move, especially when you're fans of an organization like us that have been craving that kind of success.
I don't really understand that they wanted Harbaugh to kind of clean house and get rid of some of the coordinators and assistants, and he said no, so they said bye.
I'm sure
Why
that
would
wasn't
they
the
also
only
fire
reason.
the coordinators?
That's one of the bigger reasons that's come out that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Like that actually has concrete proof, other than we were ready to move on. He wasn't making that. The only concrete thing that I've seen is that, and I'm not just going to draw at strings for the sake of nonsense. If they wanted him to move on from Monken, how come Monken's getting like head coaching interviews?
Maybe that's why. Like, if
the Browns want to interview him.
Yeah, Monken's very highly respected in a lot of NFL circles, and was going to be interviewed in a lot of these cycles. And my only thought is maybe ownership really just wanted a scapegoat and thought that they could kind of blame him and not Lamar. I think my running theory is that Lamar is very, very, very much in the pockets of ownership right now, where like they are all in on Lamar, and he needed somebody to blame. He went and blamed Todd Monken. Ownership said, "Well, let's go get rid of him." Harbaugh stood his ground, and now they're all gone.
And I mean, ownership should be on Lamar. He's a top 5 quarterback, no doubt about it. He's injured and crumbles in the playoffs, but he's a franchise guy. You hold on to that for dear life, just like you should have held on to John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. You had a down year and you collapsed, which is really funny. It's like the most
and
privileged.
A down year is almost winning the division when your rookie kicker misses a game-winning field goal.
It reeks of privilege. You got a dose of reality of other teams, and it went, oh shit, okay, we need to blow it up. We didn't make the playoffs, blow it up.
They were 1-6 at one point while still being favored to win the division. Yeah. That's how bad it is, and how good people, or how strongly people believe in Harbaugh and the Ravens. They're like, oh, we'll just get rid of that.
It's crazy. It's craziness.
We'll keep the guy who's there. Plenty of reports coming out of saying like, yeah, he doesn't care about football, doesn't take care of his body. He's just there. Granted, top 5 quarterback makes sense, but at the same time, like, if he can, this year definitely didn't. And if he keeps that up, there's no way he's going to continue to be a top 5 quarterback. He's going to look more and more like he did this year, but worse.
Yeah, I know I'm number one asshole of saying if you're on the field, you're not hurt, and if you are hurt, you shouldn't be on the field. But to Lamar's credit, week 1 through 3 Lamar is wildly different from like week 10 through 18.
That's fair.
That is a different player.
And it's no coincidence that these rumors about Lamar not caring about football or his body or whatever start coming out when he's playing poorly. Like,
well, I mean, if you guys needed it to be as plain as day, watch the Steelers game back again. The amount of times he could have taken off and didn't.
Oh yeah.
Something's not right. Like, he's hurt. He's banged up.
Yeah, he hesitated.
He's either hurt or he was very much trying to get them to pull the trigger and fire Monken.
I like that. Big brain move.
All right, so I think we all want John Harbaugh. Really, nobody else that was released in this cycle. Again, I think
I'd take
Stefanski will end
Pete
up getting a
Carroll.
head coach job. I have no interest in Pete Carroll. The league has passed him by, man.
I can't.
I don't know about
I
that
can't look
much,
at the
but
Raiders. Yeah, I can't look at the Raiders and judge him for that.
Yeah, he was in the room with that draft. He made the team worse. They were very uninspired for the large majority of that season. He brought in Geno Smith. He brought in his son to be the offensive line coach. He tried creating the good old boys club again, and it did not work. And I want no part of that circus.
Yeah,
honest,
Circus
he
is the
did
wrong
well
word.
with Geno Smith and Seahawks.
I don't
resurrected Geno Smith's career.
Yeah, I don't blame him for trying that again.
Yeah,
No,
and honestly, for a very relatively cheap deal and
Yeah.
not much draft capital.
Like, if we just want to ignore that, yeah, terrible decision making. But if you look at the context, that was such a good move at the time.
Yeah, like what? Who are they? Have the 6th picked overall. Who are they going to take at quarterback? Should they have gone a different route than Ashton Jetty? Probably. But
Of course, they should have.
if it's Geno Smith versus Jackson Dart or Shador Sanders, who are complete unknowns, and Geno Smith came off 3 straight Pro Bowls or whatever it was, I'm taking Geno Smith for a 4th round pick.
Yeah, if you guys want to take the shot on Pete Carroll, you go right ahead. I don't see him being in this coaching cycle. He is still the oldest coach in the NFL, which you would never guess by watching him on the side of the field.
No, I had all those goddamn videos of him out there playing cornerback or, playing corner, whatever it is, on the practice field is phenomenal.
He's spry. I'll give him that. But I don't think anyone else is going to be a great retread. Maybe, no, I was going to say even Brian Dable, but his game management was very, very piss poor towards the end there. So realistically, I think
can come over
Stefanski
and bring his dad back.
I'll take Callahan as an OC for sure.
And bring his dad back as the offensive line coach.
100%.
Did
No
somebody
interest in
say
him being the
John
head coach.
Gruden?
No, absolutely not.
Let's go get John Gruden.
0% interest.
Talking about not being in the cycle.
John Gruden to the Ravens would be electric.
Let's
That I
bring
would want.
Belichick out of retirement.
You mean North Carolina?
Yeah, retirement.
Down
Down there, fucking 24-year-olds, retirement.
Damn it.
I'm not going to lie. I'd probably stay in North Carolina.
Missed out on a really good joke. Let's bring
Mike,
him out with his girlfriend.
Mike, his girlfriend's name is the entire female student body of North Carolina.
Oh.
Ah.
Oh, gross. Lane Kiffin? What are we talking about anymore? I'm confused.
Yeah, basically.
Lane Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin except for Saggy.
Also, I hope we're just
Lane
doing
Kiffin's
our.
probably pretty saggy under there.
I hope we're just doing our due diligence, but both Tommy Reese and Jim Schwartz have been interviewed for head coach. Schwartz, I do think, is a realistic option, though I don't like it.
Tommy Reese hasn't done enough.
No, Reese should not even be getting an interview. Schwartz, I understand. He's been a head coach before. His defense is the reason this team has been as good as it is, but I really think we need an offensive-minded head coach. The ideal situation would be to do that and keep Schwartz. Maybe if the only way you keep him is making him head coach, you could talk me into it. If we're not getting looks from some of the other big names, I guess Schwartz would probably be my 3rd or 4th. Like if we're not getting
Wasn't that the
Harbaugh
reason
or
that,
Clint Kubiak.
I just hope it's not like I'm pretty sure it was Greg Williams where he was our DC and it was either we hire him as the head coach or he leaves.
Yeah.
I hope it's not that situation all over again.
Which is hilarious because Greg Williams was not getting head coaching interviews anywhere else.
No, not after Bountygate.
He fell apart after. I think he ended up at the UFL or USFL.
Yeah, I say that was a dumb decision on his part.
Sure was.
So, if you had to pick a coach that you want that's not named John Harbaugh or Jim Schwartz, who would you pick?
Ben Johnson.
Somebody hireable.
Solid idea.
Somebody possible. But yeah, great idea. I love that.
Aaron Glenn.
Give it a few
Troy.
weeks. He might be available.
It's a choice.
Clint Kubiak, and I'm not thinking twice about it.
No.
Yeah, he has managed to make good offenses out of chicken shit 2 different times in 2 different teams.
I want to double down on the defense. Give me the former Jet. Give me Bobby Saleh.
Robert Saleh's name has been showing up in the betting odds. I don't hate it. I don't.
I love Robert
Cliff
Saleh.
Kingsbury might be available.
He is available. He just left his
Yes.
offensive coordinator job.
Yep.
You cannot convince me. Maybe for OC for Kingsbury, but this is 2 different times now. The way he's left has been really weird. Like when he got fired from Arizona, he just straight up disappeared for like 7 months. Like the team couldn't even get a hold of him to like actually fire him. And now he doesn't get fired from Washington. He just resigns.
He's like the
He
Aaron
was probably
Rodgers.
getting fired.
Maybe.
He's just dipping out.
I mean, it's like when you, well, I guess none of us have ever done this, but like on your resume, it's like, oh, I wasn't fired. I left this job willingly.
I don't think he was going to get fired. How much blame can you put on him? The defense was the bigger issue for Washington this year, and Jaden Daniels was hurt 70% of the year.
Scapegoat.
I don't think you really needed a scapegoat. Your scapegoat was the injury problems and the defense. Again, they're taking defense pretty much no matter what with their first pick. I don't know. Anything else really shock you from this list, though, guys? Like Gannon, I'm not surprised about. Carroll, writing was on the wall. Raheem Morris, I'm slightly surprised, but very happy about because it seemed like he might have been picking up some momentum.
That guy deserves to get fired so fast.
100%.
Yeah.
If you thought he should have, if you thought he should have kept his job, you haven't been paying attention.
I don't think the fan base, anybody really wanted him to. There just wasn't a lot of noise coming out of like Falcons camp that they were looking to move on from him. And then he ended up being the first coach let go like once that clock struck midnight. They waited.
Yeah, he didn't make it to Black Monday.
Yeah. He won his last game and they left his ass in the tournament. Theoretically. I think they were in Atlanta.
They sure were.
They just took away his
They
key
locked
card
him in the
access.
locker room.
Yeah.
Again, that's how they were able to fire him so quickly. They didn't have to make that plane ride home. They're like, yeah,
Oh, that's true.
don't fucking show up tomorrow. Clean out your locker. Don't fucking show up tomorrow.
He just walks
They
in. There's a
just had a
banker's
box
box on
of
his
his
desk.
shit just outside of the locker room. He didn't even get to go into his office.
They cleaned it
you
out
can
during the
just-
game.
Yep.
Disrespectful.
Regardless of what happens, you're gone.
Yeah. Which also, you know what I hate about the media? Trying to stir up anything about him being fired, and they're like, yeah, Bijan and Drake London said like he was a really good coach. It's like, of course they fucking did. They're the players.
Yeah.
What do you expect them to do? Be like, yeah, fuck that guy. I hope he gets hit by a car on the way out.
You have to
Yeah, so
really
they
be a
wanted PR
shitbag
training.
to have those
Yeah.
kind of comments.
You have to be a legit.
That's why we need Antonio
scumbag.
Brown back.
Oh,
We-
bring Antonio Brown back.
Has he been arrested yet? Is he still wanted for murder?
Yep. No,
Yeah,
no,
he's
he's
been
been
arrested.
arrested.
Okay.
They're just awaiting trial.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So he's
fine.
not
I
doing
don't think he
anything
got
to the
released.
Perfect.
I said I don't think he got bail or anything. I think they're holding him in jail until his trial.
Did he put somebody in charge of his Twitter account at least? Or his
Don't
ex
know,
account.
but it is the coolest and most funnest Twitter account there is. Yeah, he was released on bond, by the way, in November.
Was he?
Good.
Yeah, sure was. 25 grand.
So a
Pretty-
playoff team
That
could
seems
theoretically
way too
sign him.
low.
No, I mean, it's committed.
He's on my fantasy team, so I'm ready for it.
That's true. He's there. Was he on yours or is he on the Browns? The fourth
He's
team
on
that we
mine.
made. Okay. We had to
Cold
create
feet.
a fourth dummy team in this ridiculous wheel-spinning fantasy league that I think, Patrick, you named it the Browns, and it's just all players. with
No,
the
that
last
was
name
Mike.
Brown. That was Mike.
Mike drafted all of those players and named it Browns.
Love that. They did not score any
Did I
points
do
this year,
that?
weirdly enough.
Yes, you did.
Wasn't
Yeah,
me.
I did do that. That sounds like something I would do.
All
I
right.
don't remember doing it.
Well, again, sorry for all the coaches that had their lives uprooted and they had to sell their $1 million mansions for slight losses and now have to just go and be lowly coordinators somewhere. We feel really, really bad for
Yeah.
you.
But also not that sorry because all of your money's guaranteed and you're getting bought out. So go fuck yourselves.
And now
Go
I have
fuck
to do less work.
Yeah.
So let's talk about something a little happier, guys. We have playoffs, and we don't have to worry about any of our teams
Woo.
being in them. Yay. So much less stressful. We get to just enjoy some good football.
Football.
Minus maybe this first game. Rams-Panthers. Panthers hosting a playoff game. Again,
That's
underdogs, but
bonkers.
underdogs at home. Maybe they have a
That
chance.
means they're going to win.
It's so far this year that seems to have been the case, and they have beaten the Rams at home.
They're sneaky.
Yeah, I said the Rams are NFC South is their kryptonite. So
Yeah, so the Rams did eventually turn it on against the Cardinals, but they came slow out of the gate in that game. They lost to the Falcons. Who did they lose to the week before that? They went on a bit of a skid, if I remember right.
did they?
You don't.
Who did they play before the Falcons? I swear they lost that game too. The Seahawks?
Yeah, I wouldn't call that part of a skid though. The Seahawks obviously are a very good team.
Fair. Point being, they haven't looked as sharp the last like 3-4 games of the year as they did early in the year, where everybody had them kind of tabbed as Super Bowl favorites. That said, it's the Panthers. I can't trust them as far as I can throw them, man. If they prove me wrong, great, but I'm taking the
It'd be
Rams
really
all
cool.
day in this one. Watch if Stafford wins the MVP, watch the Panthers then. Just to fuck us.
It would be really neat if the Panthers won.
Is anybody actually taking the Panthers in this
No,
No.
one? I didn't think so.
next game it'd be
Falcons
neat.
asked that. Yeah, what the fuck?
I figured as much. And this has suddenly turned into more of a
question.
discourse. I thought Drake May had the MVP locked up, but as soon as Stafford threw a couple touchdowns in that last game, the betting odds are almost dead even again.
Yeah. I think we were playing Helldivers is what we were playing. We were talking about it, and you're like, yeah, Drake May has it. Drake May has it. I'm like,
I thought he
dude,
did.
Stafford has 10 more fucking touchdowns than him.
Yeah,
And I'm pretty sure like one of the craziest stats out there. Did I send it to you
Yeah.
guys, or maybe I saw it and disregarded it? Where
no,
Stafford
you
had
sent it to us
I did. Well, I'm gonna.
about the playing teams over 500.
Yeah, where Stafford's
Yeah.
numbers are like bonkers and Drake May's are like meh.
That's because Drake May hasn't played any teams over 500.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when he
And
has,
look what
he's played like shit.
And look what happened to Ohio State when they finally had a
When
real
did
challenge.
Hold
They
on, when
lost
did Drake
2 in a
May
row.
play like shit this year? I need to know.
I don't
Against
have
teams
that.
over 500.
So the Bills?
Sure.
So
That is the only
Bills
team they
with
played
the
this year that
notorious
finished over
terrible
500.
pass defense.
okay, so this is first teams with winning records. I found the picture. Drake May. It doesn't say how many games, but 696 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, 88 passer rating. Matt Stafford versus teams with the winning record. 1,879 passing yards, 20 touchdowns, 1 interception, 107 passer rating.
But then got his ass kicked by the NFC South.
Yeah, man. Let's cherry pick. Let's cherry
Yeah.
pick all
Again,
day.
But I want to say that I'm not disagreeing with you guys that Matt Stafford deserves this. It was just
You're
kind of
being
crazy
the
how
devil's
quickly.
advocate.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if either of them got it. Drake May's had an incredible year. You can kind of pick it apart however you want. You could say that May's been doing more with less. You can say Stafford obviously has been playing better teams. One of my favorites that got picked out, people were trying to discredit some of Stafford's touchdowns because I think he has 11 one-yard touchdown passes.
To Devontae, probably.
Yeah, to
much
all
all
Devontae
Devontae.
Adams probably.
Mm-hmm.
Which I do think Devontae's coming back, so that'll be big for the Rams as well. I think that's a big reason that the offense didn't look quite as sharp as of recent. So hopefully he gets back healthy, because if he does, the Rams, again, are going to be a fucking wagon. But I wouldn't be surprised if it goes either way at this point. I'm rooting for Stafford just because it feels like this is, I don't want to say his last hurrah, but he's never won an MVP. Chances of him having another season this good, I think, are a little
No.
bit slim at this point in his career, considering none of us thought he'd make it through the whole year healthy.
No, we didn't think he was going to
I'd
play
say none of us.
for the first 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I do not subscribe to none of us.
What do you mean?
You thought he was going to
Because
play
none of us thought
right
he'd
out of
be
the
healthy.
gate?
I think you also picked the Niners to win this division. So I don't want to hear it.
I may have, but I believed in Stafford. I will not be associated with none of us.
Fair enough.
I didn't believe that he'd play until like week 6. All the shit that was coming out about his back.
Yeah, McVay didn't think he was
Yeah.
going to play until week 6, until he did. Like, his own coach was
Mhm.
ready to put him on IR.
I remember you. I remember.
So
And
anyway,
also, we can't say that he was bad against the NFC South. He was only bad against the Panthers and the Falcons. Against the Bucks and the Saints, he put up 500 plus yards for 7 touchdowns and no picks in those other 2 games.
Yeah, but that doesn't help the narrative.
that's true.
We're cherry picking.
The narrative can lick my taint.
I agree.
Matt Stafford deserves the MVP because nobody else does.
Yeah. It's all it is rooting for the fucking underdog. That's all it is. It's the little guy of Drake May. No, it's fucking Matt Stafford's the MVP.
Again, I think the best argument Drake May has is one, the rushing yards, because that's something that Stafford I think has 1 rushing yard or something, and then 2, it's comparing the rosters and the expectations going in. And again, I'm not saying that means Drake May deserves it, but that's what you're going to hear is that Drake May means more to his team with the way he is playing than Matt Stafford means to his. If you want to get granular about what that means.
We know that doesn't matter from every MVP race.
Correct.
Matt Stafford has 15 more touchdown passes.
Yeah, but they're all 1 yard.
It doesn't matter.
It's 15.
He's a 1 yard merchant.
More.
1 yard touchdown pass merchant.
Fucking real. The more you look into it, he's playing out of his fucking mind this year.
Anyway, so we're all picking the Rams. Packers and Bears. 3rd rematch of this year. That series has been split. Both games have been good. The last one was obviously fucking bonkers, where Bears winning on a walk-off touchdown. Malik Willis played a lot of that game. Bears got an onside kick too. Like the last 2 minutes of this game.
The fact that they successfully got an onside kick.
And did they lock up the NFC North with that game too?
I think so, yeah.
Absolutely insanity. Caleb had some beautiful, beautiful throws in that game. Malik Willis, honestly, in his spots has played better, I think, than Jordan Love this year. But Jordan Love's coming back, so we'll see what that does in this matchup. Overall, them being at home, I kind of like the Bears here, though, man. Like, it could easily go either way because it's a rivalry. We've already seen them split, but if I had to pick, man, I'm taking Chicago right now. They're the hot hand. Feels like the Packers are limping into this thing.
Chicago's at home?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm taking Chicago.
You as well,
Agreed.
Patrick?
Yeah.
All right. Again, would not be surprised to see the Packers pull it out, but they've got a lot of injuries coming into this thing. Again, we'll see what Jordan Love actually looks like. They were too scared to even play Malik Willis in that last game, though, which I think is kind of telling if they're worried about their backup getting hurt. Who was it that they ended up throwing out there?
I couldn't tell you.
I don't fucking know.
I didn't watch that game.
No.
Completely irrelevant.
It had
I
no
just know that-
implications whatsoever.
Anywho, moving into Sunday. Remember the last 2 times these 2 teams played, it didn't feel like either of them were really playoff teams. It's weird how much different things are now. Bills and Jaguars. I believe the last time they played, it was when the Bills finally broke their playoff drought, and it was Tyrod Taylor and Blake Bortles going against each other.
Oh, yeah.
The boat.
The boat. I believe
Isn't
Bortles
that when,
was leading the
Mortal
team in rushing
Kombat.
yards that year.
There was. That defense was
Yes.
They were stoppable. But point being, yeah, they were unstoppable.
They were one bad DPI call away from going to the
Yeah,
Super
so they were stoppable by the refs.
Yes.
They were
The
stoppable by
Patriots still
Tom
had the
Brady.
Chiefs' magic at that point.
No, it wasn't Tom Brady.
We were so that was Tom.
It
Brady.
was Tom Brady.
It was?
Yeah, that was still Brady.
We
It
were
was still Brady?
painfully close to a Blake Bortles, Nick Foles Super Bowl.
Mike, we
Oh,
all.
what about
This was like pre-Donald Trump president's time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It was fun. I still remember the graphic was bizarre for this. You know, they always like at the beginning of the season, the NFL will put out like everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl, and it's all the quarterbacks with their jerseys on, like looking at the stadium. And they like wean it down throughout the playoffs. And the last 4 for that one were fucking Case Keenum, Nick Foles, Blake Bortles, and Tom Brady.
The goddamn goat.
Yeah.
Dude, that
I
was
said
the
that
Miracle
was
in
the-
Minneapolis year.
Yup.
Mhm.
Oh my god. That was such a fun playoff, man. And then of course the Eagles winning just put the cherry on top. Foles taking out Brady and
You know, the
outplaying.
Philly special.
Yes. And then Brady doing the same fucking thing, trying to catch a pass and missing it by like 5 yards as he stumbled forward. Ah,
So that wasn't his fault. That ball was
Cinema.
so far overthrown.
I know, but the picture's hilarious.
Yes.
Pure cinema. Anywho, Bills at Jaguars. Jaguars hosting. I feel like a lot of us didn't really know what to think about the Jags early in the season, but they've really kind of turned it on, and the Bills seem to be the same frustrating offense that they've had for like 3 years now. I really don't know how to feel about Buffalo. Other than Josh Allen.
I'm taking the Jags unless they're up by 20 plus points in the fourth quarter, in which case I gotta go with the Bills.
Very specific, but
I'm not writing that down, but we'll remember that.
Yeah, so I'm going Jags.
Remember that guy who lost like 30 grand betting on the Chargers to win?
When they were up by 27?
Oh, no. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Chargers are the ones that were up, not the Jags.
No, the Jags came back and won.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah, like he bet 30,000 to win.
$600, I think.
Yeah, I said like $500 or something.
Jump change if you're betting that much money.
Yeah, if you're that fucking stupid, you deserve to lose it.
Ass clown. Oh, my turn. I'm picking the Jaguars to win as well. That team's obviously got something going on, knowing that they took Travis Hunter in the first round and he hasn't played since week 6. Trevor Lawrence is on absolute fire right now. That defense looks good. Bills
God doesn't hate him right now.
God doesn't hate. God loves Jags. Big Jag guy. Big fan of the team of just a guy.
Duval.
Duval. Bills just don't have a receiver, and I know that's like the weirdest thing to really focus on, but you see it happening more and more of they're getting into situations where it would just be so nice to have some sort of X receiver on that team to bail them out of shit. Instead, you're going, I hope Khalil Shakir can create some separation, or I hope James Cook can pound the rock and get 15 yards on it, which happens more often than not.
Yeah,
So they lost all their juju when the Chiefs stopped being good.
Well, Juju's on the Chiefs, so.
No, that's true.
Thanks.
Good one.
Yeah.
I know I literally just said I don't know what to think of them. I'm going to take the Bills. Let Josh Allen fail here. Boy, would it be a disappointment if Chiefs don't make it, the Ravens don't make it, and the Bills go out in the first fucking round.
I would fucking love that.
Oh,
Are
I'm
you
with
kidding
you.
me?
I'm with you. It would be incredible. I feel like Josh Allen is good enough, though, to take over games, and I think he's at least got one playoff game in him. I'm not going to say they're going to win the Super Bowl, but when he's on, that team is on. So I'll ride with Josh Allen for 1 week.
His playoff game can be the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
There you go.
The 7-on-7 flag football will be his playoff game.
Okay, look at what it is.
All of his luck with Haley Steinfeld. Sorry,
That's
man.
fair.
You're not making a playoff run this year.
I look at what it has taken to beat Josh Allen in the playoffs, and it is always a miraculous Chiefs performance, and I don't know if the Jaguars are up to that. I have yet to see Josh Allen struggle in the playoffs, so I will not bet against him until I do.
I'm just saying, the last 7 weeks, I think it was, Trevor Lawrence has looked like the prince that was promised when he was taken number 1 overall.
I agree with you. I am leaning on Josh Allen's experience here. Jaguars could very well prove me wrong. I hope they do. I want new blood in there. But if I'm putting my name to it, give me the Bills for the time being. Because Josh Allen, man, this is your opportunity. You've got to find a way to come out with this division. Because this is the most wide open it will ever be. All right. So 2 for the Jags, 1 for the Bills. 49ers at the Eagles.
Niners.
Right
Sorry.
off the rip. Not even
Yes, I don't know who's...
No hesitation there. Defending Super
I don't
Bowl
know
champs.
whose turn it was to pick, but yeah.
That's fine. All right. I was going to take the Niners too. I was at least going to give some explanation to it, but you're very convicted on that. Eagles have not. That offense has been atrocious.
Just awful.
Now, the Niners defense has also been awful. So I think it's going to be a good game, but I trust God, now I'm talking myself out of it because the 49ers look terrible against that great Seahawks defense. Eagles still have a very good defense, so it could go either way. I'm still going to take the Niners because it feels like a year, like 2 years ago with the Eagles, where shit's just going to fall apart right at the end. But again, I think it's going to be another good game. Mike, do you feel any differently? You taking the Niners as well?
I'm taking the Eagles.
Eagles. There we go.
Mixing it up, taking the other team for the sake of taking the other team. Because the thing is, with that team, with the Eagles, when they click, they're actually unstoppable. Like that's the best team on paper in the league. So
But the only issue is they haven't clicked all season.
no, you're right. This pick is mostly because I want to pick something different.
They got to stop giving the ball to A.J. Brown. That's it.
No.
Yeah.
That's the key.
Stop forcing the ball to A.J. Brown and they play well.
Yeah, learn how to have a better offensive line than the Raiders would also help.
All right, let's calm down. The Raiders.
The Raiders.
I mean, that was the only game they clicked on.
That's
31-0, I think it was.
It was a
Might have
lot to a little.
wasn't good. Last game on Sunday.
It was a lot to a little.
Last game on Sunday. I don't think I've gone first yet. Chargers at Patriots. Boy, it's the first time playoff quarterback versus Justin Herbert, who we've seen fail over and over again. So I don't feel particularly strong about either team. The offensive line injuries, though, for the Chargers, I think are going to kind of be the tipping point here. I'm going to take the Patriots, and I'm going to hate every minute of it.
Yeah, I'm taking the Patriots too. Fuck it.
Patrick?
I'm gonna go with the Chargers.
Ooh.
Is Herbert's left hand still broken?
Yes. Well, it's hurt at least. I don't know if it's healing or whatever. He's been playing through it. He still looked good, but again, that he has not been able to stay upright. Again, his coach talked about him as if he fucking died the last game that he played because he had to play behind that line for 60 minutes.
I say it's not like the Patriots have a significantly better line. Wasn't that the game that Myles Garrett had 5 sacks?
It might have been. Their line's gotten better throughout the year. Will Campbell has been playing out of this world.
He's been playing well, yes.
Yeah.
But regardless, the line for the Chargers has been in disarray for a lot of this season, which is the only reason I can't pick him. I love Herbert. I like the team a lot. The defense is also pretty good. But they have a glaring weak spot right now that if they can address, they're going to be scary going forward. But I don't think this is the year that Herbert fixes the narrative.
I think Vrabel's just gonna find a way to abuse him.
Yeah. Vrabel versus Harbaugh. What a coaching matchup there. There will not be an ounce of testosterone left in that locker room for anybody else. All right, last one, boys. Monday, and you're not reading this incorrectly, guys. The Texans are not playing a Saturday afternoon wildcard football game. They're playing primetime on Monday night in Pittsburgh. I went first as last time. Patrick, let's start with you. Steelers at home as underdogs.
Next game.
Texans.
Oh my God, yes.
Michael.
To be different, I'm picking the Steelers.
Whoa. Okay, I was typing all.
CJ Stroud could literally take shits in his hand and throw it to his receivers, and they would still beat the Steelers.
Yep. I don't expect the Steelers to win, but boy, would I love it to pick the Steelers and be able to rub that in your faces.
Why?
You feel good about that?
That Texans defense is... I mean, we have nothing on the line for this. We're just picking for shits and giggles.
I know,
but it's the Steelers.
It's
the
Aaron
principle,
Rodgers,
Michael.
who I actually like.
It is the principle.
You can't pull the principle when you pick the Browns to win games like once this year.
I can absolutely do that because I'm a realist as a Browns fan.
Nuh-uh.
So the only credit I'll give to Mike here, and I'm still picking the Texans for sure. They are one of, if not the hottest team in the NFL right now. I think they ended on an 11-game win streak.
Yeah.
Or something crazy.
Got to break at some point.
If this was true. If
That's
this
just
was
how that works.
If this was almost any other AFC team.
When he starts to talk.
Love that. Thank you. If this were the Jaguars, if this were the Chargers, or even the Patriots, I could really talk myself into Pittsburgh. because these are the spots where Mike Tomlin just pulls it out of his ass. Being an underdog at home always makes it closer than it should be, always manages to squeak out a win. The Texans, I think, are just too hot right now. There's just too many spots where they're just straight up better than Pittsburgh, and there's only so much game planning you can do to try to outdo talent, and they just don't have it.
No. And also, it was a 9-game win streak, but they went on a 12-2 run after starting 0-3. With their only 2 losses being to the Broncos and the Seahawks. So the 2 number 1 seeds in their respective divisions. And they kicked the holy living shit out of just about everyone else.
What was this really good year? Was it DK's sophomore year where he had, like, I think it was his best year for the Seahawks, his second year. He had over 1,000 yards. If we get that version of DK and the Steelers, I can see him pulling it out. But that dude's got
still suspended.
He's gonna be well rested. He only had a 2-game suspension.
It's funny.
I know.
He'll be back.
Both guys are funny. Yeah, if DK plays like a number 1 receiver instead of an above average number 2, I think they have a real good chance.
As long as he doesn't have court that day.
Defense is good. He's still a fucking gorilla out there. He's a fucking monster of a man.
He's 6'4", 230. He's a big dude.
And he's fucking fast.
Terrifying. Yeah.
Makes him real scary. So I don't know how much, if any, Barstool content you guys consume. But one last thing on the Texans.
I reflect myself.
That's fair. The only thing that I like is Pardon My Take, because they kind of separate themselves from Dave Portnoy's dumbass. But every year, what was that?
You said "Pardon My Take"?
Yeah.
That's a Barstool. I thought that was ESPN.
No, I think it was briefly. Like they had a show on ESPN like a long time ago. I think you're thinking of Pardon the Interruption, actually.
That might be, yeah.
Yeah, Pardon My Take is 3 idiots like us basically hosting a podcast. But anyway, every year the one host picks a pinky team where he picks one team that starts 0-2 that has some legitimate playoff aspirations and picks them, and if they win the Super Bowl, he's going to cut off the tip of his pinky.
Oh,
Nice.
God.
This year, his choice was the Texans and the Chiefs. And he took the Texans.
Well,
Might be losing a finger.
I'll tune in for that episode.
yeah, right?
These are the same guys that agreed to do a video of them eating each other's assholes if Ryan Braun ever wins a home run derby. Or no, not Ryan Braun, Christian Yelich. Of the
Christian
Brewers,
Yelich.
which,
I
had he
mean,
not been
that's a
hurt,
little
might have actually
excessive.
done last year. Anyway,
That's wild. That's
let's.
wild. I bet the frat bros love that shit.
I get to turn my brain off, man. It's wonderful. Give me shit if you want. I don't care. That's
Well,
it.
it sounds
really.
like you'll be getting enough because you'll get to eat their assholes.
Yeah.
I want to actually. That's why I'm
Oh,
hoping to
okay.
get called up.
Whatever floats your boat.
Thank you, man. So we got a couple things to end the show on, guys. We didn't do that draft that we talked about last week. Straight up didn't happen.
Life got in the way.
Very much so. Right after we recorded that podcast, I spent the rest of my night in the ER, and then it was New Year's, and there's a lot of shit going on. So, never happened. Sorry about it. Next year, I promise you guys, Mike has talked about it a few times, our idea for an insane fantasy football league where...
Chaos League!
Yes, Chaos
It'll be
League.
fun.
The rules are going to be completely fucking bonkers. RIP the wheel. Flex wheel. Hardly
I
knew
mean,
yet.
we could
Fuck that wheel.
interchange them.
No.
Like, we could combine it, do the wheel for the first draft, and then normal pickups after that.
We could do the wheel for rules.
I'm not doing that fucking wheel.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not doing that fucking wheel again.
Mike refuses to do the wheel. We'll get a physical
That was
wheel.
the
How
most
about that, Mike?
fluctuating- That was such a good idea on paper and fucking horrendous when you needed to pick up, unless you were Brandon. Fuck
In
that
Mike's defense, he has lost both years of this. So
shit. It's been fucking awful.
you can't
We're going to keep letting you
blame
pick
the
the
wheel.
format until you win one, bud.
I can literally blame it because I wasn't able to make a decision other than, well, do you want to keep Wandale Robinson or would you like to spin the wheel? I'll spin the wheel. All right, here's Rashid Shaheed. Like, awesome.
He
cool.
was never on
All right,
your
Brandon,
team.
Brandon's gonna spin the wheel. Who does Brandon have? Wow, Brandon's got Jawan Johnson in his flex. Who's he gonna get? Oh, here's fucking Jahmyr Gibbs.
I see. Yeah, Brandon was inordinately lucky, and I mean,
It's the name
I
of the
can't
game.
say much because I also was very lucky, but
By the end of the year, you were
matter.
stacked. It just took
No,
longer to get there.
He was
That's all.
unbelievable.
No, even so, like my best week was the last week. You had a point total higher than that 5 separate times.
Yeah, it was crazy. We were playing for second and third all year.
Yeah,
Look, I didn't get looks. I had to get something out of the deal. Okay, and I'm just
I
lucky when it comes to
technically won the
spinning
championship,
inordinate
so-
wheels with fantasy players on them.
He technically won the championship.
Yeah.
According to the Sleeper Fantasy League,
Not according to the
my
rules
name
that
is
we
on the
set
trophy.
up in this
Get
fake
fucked.
My
league.
name is on the trophy.
Get fucked.
All right, and then last thing. So we obviously all picked games there. Mike is officially the champion based on the rules that we set out. Regular season is done. He finished with 163 and 95 record, 3 games ahead of second place. So congratulations, Mike. But we
Your boy
are
knows ball.
going to keep tracking these because somehow after what would this be?
18 weeks.
258 games, me and Patrick are tied. We are 160 and 98.
It's crazy.
So we're taking this into the playoffs. So see
Just the
what
first
happens.
week or the whole playoffs?
I think we just take it all the way through. Is that fine with
Cool.
you?
Yeah,
should do it.
I'm down for that.
Cool. And
Sounds
Michael
fun.
has to keep picking as well, but again, he is the champion. This is for second place. You have earned it.
I win. I win.
We'll come up
I
with
win. I'm the
which
boss.
one did we do the punishment for last year? Was it fantasy or was it the pick'ems?
Well, we never actually did the punishment for
I think
fantasy.
it was yeah, I think it was pick'ems.
It was supposed to be fantasy because it was supposed to be
What was the punishment?
the giant ice.
Oh yeah.
Didn't we still do something?
We
though?
did
still
something to
something.
we signed Patrick up for a bunch of
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Insurance.
Yeah,
Drinks.
a bunch of spam shit.
yeah,
Um,
not as funny looking.
yeah. Yeah, we should
Hilarious.
come up. I mean, we're all the way at the end, and I won, so I'm out. I don't feel like I can say we should do a punishment. You shouldn't leave that up to me.
I think we should do something to make it interesting. If me and Patrick
That's
both
between
agree
us.
that we should do something, I'm not saying you like.
I'm
shave one of
down
our
for that.
heads.
I mean, we
Oh,
could
yeah.
also switch it up to. Well, no, I guess the loser of the ice has to take more ices.
I
so
think
that's enough.
My vote is that I think the loser should have to buy the winner a jersey of their choice,
No,
and it does not have to be an active player.
Bring
So
this
you
No.
don't
back.
have to be terrified to spend $140.
no, you could be terrified to have to spend $450.
Get a fake one. That's what me and Caleb did. Me and our
Why
buddy
would you
Caleb
spend
did bets like this a couple years in a
$450?
row.
What?
Like if you wanted a Barry Sanders jersey, that shit's expensive.
Yeah, I don't know if it came out right. I think it would be hilarious if the loser buys the winner a jersey, but the loser picks the jersey.
Oh,
The loser
yeah.
picks it.
Yeah, like it has to. It has to fit. Like, don't get Brandon a fucking extra small. Don't get Patrick a quintuple large, extra large.
Trying
But
to
like,
say.
for what your sizes are, just like have fun. Loser has to buy the winner a jersey.
I kinda
Loser's
like those.
choice.
That's
Like,
how I ended up with a Tom Brady creamsicle jersey that he never
Yeah.
wore.
you come up with some crazy stuff if you guys do that.
Also,
Get my
Mike,
boy
you know how you
Diego.
said, you know ball. I'm sorry to cut you off, but this is just funny. You know ball approximately 1.2% more than Brandon and I.
Feels good to be right.
Knows more ball.
Over 258 games, picking 3 better comes out to 1.2%.
That's insane, man. We have so
Right.
much of a hive mind that, and it's not like we always are all in lockstep. Like we
No,
disagree a
went
decent
off
amount.
kilter so much.
Just admit it. You guys wait for me to make my picks and you follow suit. It's fine.
Which
There
is why
were
we change
so
up the
many
order every
weeks
pick.
where
Yes.
I was
Yeah,
made
it
fun
evens
of for
out.
what I was doing.
That's true. You were done. Remember when you were done like 8 games and you're like, I'm gonna claw back. I'm gonna claw. You
clawed
fucking did. You fucking
Yeah.
did. I thought with your picks where you just hit the panic button in like week 4, I thought you were
It
fucked.
worked out.
You clawed back. You
did
clawed
it, buddy.
back. And now you
Congratulations.
might end up with a jersey.
No, I might end up buying a jersey.
Oh wait, yeah. What if we're gonna have to buy Mike a jersey? Is what he just
Yeah, say
fucking
I'm only in
proposed to
second.
us.
I can't beat you, Mike.
I just realized that.
Yeah,
Oh, I was.
Because you
I
were
was
the
saying
win-
between you two.
you're the winner of the season.
I'm the winner of the season, but the real season is just starting here. It's coming down to you two. You have what? 4 weeks? 3 weeks? 3 weeks? 4 weeks? 5 weeks? 7 weeks? 6, 7.
We
weeks.
have a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 13 games.
Yeah. So 13 games you guys have to determine second and third place, and I think that's the real championship there, where you guys do your jersey.
So you don't want us to buy you a jersey?
I mean, I won't say no, but I don't think. Again, like, you guys are tied. I think that's way
I
more
think the
fun.
winner deserves some. I'm okay with getting it from Mike.
I say it's either the winner deserves something or the loser gets a punishment.
Give me like a funny hat. How's that?
All right, we'll talk about this more off the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We will let
figure
you
it out.
guys go if you're somehow still with us. Thank you.
I don't know. Anybody was here to begin with.
Probably not, but keep enjoying our short form content. We'll see you guys in a week.
Bye.
Bye.